Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Defense Grid 2, particularly the Switch version, because that just came out a week or so, about a week ago. And I've been playing a bunch of this. I can show you here, like, I've played through almost all of the campaign. I beat this, but barely, because I did some stupid stuff. But yeah, this is a great tower defense game, and I think on the Switch it's one of a couple that are on there. I think Pixel Junk Monsters 2 is also on there, and that's a really good game. And I would say this is also a great game. I've been noticing some weird bugginess, and I believe the developers Hidden Path are going to be working on some updates here shortly that are hopefully going to address some of this stuff. But I think I'll show you one of them later on, but yeah, like particularly this one, I had decided to start building boost towers, and for whatever reason couldn't restart the level, so I had to. That's why I don't have metal on this one, because I stupidly built my towers in such a way that it was not great for the late game, but I got the final stage here, which I'm not going to show. I probably won't show. But the thing that's really cool about this game, and I'll show some early stuff here, is that for every one of these stages, there's a bunch of challenge versions of it. So, like, here's one for just practice, but here's one where once the power core has been removed from the power core housing, it doesn't float back. You know, you can only have the first 2 levels of towers here, or you only have a certain amount of towers you can have total. The cursor causes damage when hovered over enemies, so I think I played that one. This one's power outage, where towers are only active when the build. This one I've also played. There's lots of really cool stuff here, like fixed amount of resources that you start with and nothing drops. Some of that stuff is pretty cool. Let's find a good stage to show you kind of what this game is all about. Let's see. There's kind of two different types of stages. Let's just play this one because I screwed this up real bad. And yeah, so here's one of the weird performance issues I've seen. It's nothing really in the game has any issues, but if you saw there, like that text, the alien text sort of translates itself as it loads, and it hitches a lot. I've had it once crash while doing that. That might also have been just because I was going out of the loadout screen, which I'll show that a little bit later. But yeah, so we got 2 different entry points, so you always want to pay attention to that sort of stuff. I can do this rotation, which is not freeform. It's occasionally a little bit annoying on specific stages, but for the most part, they give you a good view. So I know from playing this side right here on the right, our closer side, is where this starts. So I want to start building there. Let's get a tower and a Tesla. Fun little tip. These are your most powerful towers. Not in terms of pure damage output, but in terms of your ability to take out enemies at a good clip. These will take out pretty much every type of enemy there is. And so and I'm just setting up for that because that's going to be going on. And while this finishes up, because yeah, the fun little trick's like, oh, I'm paying attention to this. Oh, enemies already come out over there. So now I got this, and I'm not have to worry too much about that. And some will get by over there. That's fine. But early on, that is going to be something you definitely want to pay attention to. And so yeah, like the first time you start this, if you do not know that is the order, you can get screwed. But we'll show us a little bit later when I don't have to do as much setup. Okay, so that side is done. This side is... Oh, I forgot to get the third wave. We'll be okay. Start building over here. I should probably put a laser right here.
Tell me more about these big alien types.
Yeah, I've also been playing on normal for the most part. I'm just going to show this real quick. So the settings, interesting new thing they did here is kind of focus the campaign a bit. So here's like the story progress difficulty. It's sort of on normal, and it sort of funnels you to just play the campaign, just progress missions a little bit. You can go play them in any order you want. You just go to the mission select screen to do that stuff. Okay. I'm going to build up here. I'm probably just going to put some stuff over here. But now I've got a good set of things here. And this is tutorial stuff. I don't know if I can turn it off. Maybe? Yeah, I can turn that off. Because I don't need it. Yeah, missile tower has long range. The main issue with it, I guess it's not really an issue. I think in the previous game it was an air-only tower, I want to say. Apologies if I'm wrong, but I need to get back over here. But yeah, in the previous game, there were a lot of air waves of enemies. And here, there are none. I've played through the campaign pretty much just straight through. And I've not had to worry about air enemies at all. But yeah, so if you press B, you can bring up this. It'll show you sort of a little bit about the alien itself, and give you some tips like Tesla towers are effective against its shield, which is a general thing. Any enemies with shields, Tesla towers are pretty good about it. And it carries 1 core, so there are bigger enemies. We'll probably see them pretty soon. I think if you're looking up my little timeline up there, number 10, that is one of the big enemies. That will carry 3. Let's see. And it tells you like effects, and I don't 100% know what those effects all are. I can figure out those 3, those 2 on the bottom there. The one is about being on fire. The other one's like how long that lasts. And yeah, because I'm talking here, I'm not paying too much attention. So I should be upgrading these laser towers. So the laser towers, as you can see there, inflicts maximum heat damage. It continues burn after they've sped past, so you get some extra damage. And as you level that stuff up, it's just more damage. It'll tell you as you get a chance to level up, like that's going to increase attack a little bit. Yeah, I said it's not the most powerful. Yeah, this might be bad here. Boom. Okay. That might be a bad idea ultimately, but yeah, I've been screwing around, not paying attention here, so I do not have towers built up here that I should have. I should probably have some of this stuff. I think that's gonna be good. Yep, okay. So yeah, take this video as a, don't do what I do, at least in terms of not paying attention. So I'm just trying to talk about the game and all that. But we're back on track. We're in pretty good shape now. Because these lasers and these Tesla towers are going to do pretty much everything I need them to do, especially on this stage. So I can hit, I guess R, the R button, R shoulder button, to speed up. And so the cool thing that this game does is it really makes it your ability to sort of rewind or fast forward a big part of the way it works, which is great because sometimes you set up things like this, and it's like, this is going to work for a little while. Let's fast forward and see, just get through this. Because I know these are all going to die. I don't need to sit here and watch them die. Because I'm a brilliant tactician. So there's our big brute. He's kind of like a gorilla. But he carries 3 cores, has no special vulnerabilities. It's just a matter of pure damage dealing.
One or the other. Sorry, I've not been the same since the aliens arrived.
Let's just keep this going. Yeah, these are okay over here because nothing's going on over there. It's interesting.
Maybe that's because I was one.
Okay, so he's down to about a third health. And yeah, I've messed up here. Okay. Oop. And so this is the L shoulder button. Oop. Okay, so let's see. I have messed up. How can I stop this? Actually, I probably have to go back a little bit further. Let's see. Let's upgrade this. Upgrade this. Now that we know that guy is coming, we can better prepare. Okay. Has a good bit more damage. I can also just have a gauntlet of towers here if I want, which is costly in its own way. I could use a temporal. Temporal towers slow down nearby enemies, which is good, especially when you have a bunch of towers around them. I probably should have built one over here, but oh well. Better late than never. So now he's in the red. You can see we're doing much better. The problem is he's going to drop, if all things go well here, he's going to drop it. Nope. Alright, let's go back. Let's see what we can do. So we probably shouldn't build that temporal. Because that is not going to do anything here. Let's see. Let's build a... We need something with some punch. None of these are particularly punchy. Let's try meteor. We'll try another laser. So we get some damage going on here. Fun thing, I can hit X and it'll bring up this heat map, and this tells you like where the bulk of your damage is being done. Also some other control things, like that's right on the D-pad. There's my best score, my last score. In the other console versions, PC version, you could have a like a graph up and around that score area in the top right that would show you sort of how you're progressing towards the scores, the medals. Okay, so we're not doing anything good here. So we need to rebound a little bit. So, yeah, we screwed around a lot. Okay, let's try this concussion. And so yeah, when I say like the lasers and Tesla towers are like the best, the most powerful, I mean that in the sense of you can focus on that being the bulk of what you're building. There are definitely other ones to have around to add to your arsenal stuff to shore up any potential holes and such. You know, you have your gun. I don't really use the guns much unless I just need to build something really cheap because it's 100 resources. Inferno's like the laser, but a little worse. So yeah, I only build that if I need a tower to do something similar. But okay, so Yeah, since the other wave started, that's going to create a point there for that thing. So maybe I do need that Inferno. Maybe that's my little thing here. I just need some added damage in there. Okay. Nope. Like an upgrade, that'd be a decent thing to do. I don't have enough resources for that. Not in the time I need it. See, that orbital would have been good, but I had to use it to save myself earlier. And I think that's probably a good look at this stage. I can go to the mission select. It's going to save my progress, so that's cool. I come back to that, or just start it over from scratch, because that's probably what's best, and be better about what I'm building early on instead of talking so much. So let's go to another stage here. Let's go to a maze stage. And let's see, is this is one I built really well. I did a really good job on this one. I don't know if there's any of these challenge ones I want to do. But we'll just do this. So I'll show you like a really good form of this.
You think Fletcher was onto something?
Okay, so this is one where you want to build a maze. Essentially, you can see here this arrow is showing you where you're going to go, and they're going to go straight for this. But you have the opportunity to build a maze and block that off and get them going up here, which takes them a lot longer, and you can have towers there to facilitate that stuff, which is definitely necessary. So I'm trying to think if there's an easy way to do this. What could I do? What could I do? No, I'm trying to think if there's another maze I could make them take a little bit longer, but it's essentially just... yeah, it's kind of just build this. I kind of do the thing that I do, which is laser Tesla, because that will get me pretty far in this game. The final stage, that's just where it's all a huge mess, because you got multiple ways of getting around, because it's a very much a maze stage. Yeah, so we're just building this up. Eventually we get over here. Oh, I'm still highlighting that. Get all this built. Then we'll come up here. I'll put towers up here. All that sort of stuff. And so I can just here and have this on fast forward. Be like, okay, I got that. And yeah, they're dying right now, so that's good. We are in great shape. And now we got the block on. And so what I need to do is put some stuff here. We'll put a Tesla here and a laser here. And so you can definitely mess with the AI.
Describe what it's like there.
So I'm gonna put a temporal here because that'll slow down some enemies. I'm not sure how many it actually affects
Then where are you?
at once. It'll slow down some at least. It won't slow down a whole group. But yeah, like right here, this is a really good setup. I probably should build up here. And I can actually kind of just turtle this and just focus on this. I'll just put another laser here. And just to satisfy the weird OCD thing, I want to have it be able to hit the double zeros. There we go. Okay. So those guys can do their thing up there. I can just kind of go and fast forward now, because I'm not really too worried about anything at this point. There will be some things to worry about in a bit. But right now, I am cruising. And you see our little gorilla buddy who's going pretty fast. It's pretty funny, the way they speed up the animation. I almost kind of wish there was a second fast forward. Like, if this is like double speed, I like a 4x speed. But I don't know if their engine can handle it. Because I know that I've noticed... Okay, so from playing the PC, PS4, and Xbox One versions, I own all of them. Because I like that game this much. A big thing they changed is you cannot click on your little ship here. What this would do is bring up platforms. And so I think these ones would be ones you did not have at the start by default. Maybe these as well. And so you would have to spend resources upgrading to buy those platforms to appear. And so they would come in. And here they just start up right away. Okay, these enemies I hate the most. As you can see, there periodically spawns aliens. So as long as they stay alive, they spawn more aliens in, and we'll probably see that if he survives. Yep, there. Nope. No, we didn't see it, but if you were paying attention up there, you could see it. So we're gonna upgrade. Because I get these more powerful, we'll be in great shape. You can see my heat map is all right here. And that's kind of where I want it. If you can get all your damage early on, especially in stages like this, you do not have to worry about much. Later on, it's literally just fine-tuning. It's like, okay, because I know there's going to be one specific enemy that's going to throw a little wrench in our plans here. But otherwise, this is pretty easy to get through. And so, on occasion, you get through stages. It'll give you like a boost in resources, as you might have noticed there. I still haven't quite figured out exactly what that is. If it's like every 5 stages or 5 waves, you get through. Yeah. I don't know. Because I don't think it's beating a wave, because that's the end of a wave right there. I know if I beat these, get these guys dead, they will do that.
I guess we all agree Fletcher may have been on.
So yeah, this thing is gotten by this guy being the shield. He's not going to last too long. Let's see, these enemies are stealthed.
Fletcher, can you hear this? What do you think?
Yeah, this guy...
Damn!
Shields nearby enemies. He's already gone, so... Oh, we got more gorilla guys coming in. Not really too big of a deal. As I said, these guys have to come by here, so they get a second dose of these towers. Okay, here's the big wrench, is this thing. This thing drops a bunch of enemies. And so what I'm going to do here is, boom, take it out now. It's still going to spawn aliens, but they're going to be about as weak as this guy is right now. So we're going to upgrade these. Yeah, see, they have barely any health. And they're easy pickings. So, more tips. I've essentially played this game enough on every platform that I know good ways to min-max. I don't know the best ways. I just know the ways that have worked for me. And yeah, if you have played it on PS4, Xbox One, or Steam, like, these games are pretty easy on the achievements. There are definitely some that are going to be annoying, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, we have a few waves to go. Sorry about that. We have a few waves to go, but other Otherwise, we're kind of in cruise control here. I've mastered this whole thing. These lasers are kind of the thing that drives everything. That temporal is great. Upgrading it just increases the range, so you know, as long as it's doing what you want it to, you don't really have to worry too much about it. Now, if things were getting a bit harder, like the first time I tried to run this stage, as you can see, I'm already past my best score up there. I did not remember exactly what I was supposed to do here. But essentially, okay, we got another one of those. I don't have another orbital laser for another 2 minutes, so... Ooh, 2 of them, okay. This is where there's another wrench in the plan. So I'm going to do my trusty method of building lasers and towers. Ooh. Lasers and Teslas. I don't know why I keep saying towers. But you know what I mean. Yeah, see, they're spawning their dudes. They're going to take a core immediately. And this thing makes sure they're going to go right next to my towers. They're going to decimate them. The only bad thing is, yeah, so when you beat them, they drop their core, but these guys coming in can take them. So as you can see, the one has done that. And yeah, once you get to... Oh, I probably shouldn't do that. Let's see, get that. Get that. Yeah, so we got through a wave. Yeah, those guys are fast, these drivers. That guy's called rumblers. I don't know the names of all these things. Oh, crap. Okay, we're good there. Okay, we are good. We are good. This is close. I've gotten some, not on this stage, but in others. Like, they get literally right down here. And I kill them, and it's one of the best feelings.
Orbital laser is ready to be used.
That guy's dead, that driver. This guy's okay. This guy's gonna be dead. So is that guy. And so yeah, if he doesn't have a full 3, he could definitely pick him up from this. Okay, that one's dead. This one I think is dead. Yeah. Okay. We are good. We are good. Could have been a little iffy there, but we put this here, which slows him down a little bit. Like that rumbler, I'll give you a big tip. In straightaways, that thing is very bad because it goes real fast. So if you build mazes, good mazes, that will obviously slow him down. And so yeah,
You weren't gone this long, Kai. Something is
the story stuff,
time with Fletcher.
not always that interesting, but let's go out to the main menus. So the loadout, on most stages, you will get a little bit of a boost thing here. This offers different bonuses, like makes strongest alien in the range the priority, which you might actually want on certain stages. This one inflicts 100% additional damage over time, essentially turning this missile into like the laser tower, where it does damage after the initial damage. And this inflicts damage 3 times the normal radius. So it means when it lands, it's going to do not just damage to that specific alien, but a bunch around it, I think. So you pick this up. This game, it can be very annoying with this stuff. Sometimes it'll just unequip things for you, depending on how you go about it. And it's pretty obvious. You know, you hit A, that's what you want. You know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, definitely do want to point out some of the issues I've had. I mentioned the little performance issue on the loading screen, which is, it's a loading screen. It's not, you're not missing anything out. The game's been pretty rock solid for the most part. I mentioned that I had the issue where the reason I don't have a medal on this stage is because I messed up early on. It wouldn't let me restart it, which is weird. or even just rewinding, it wouldn't do anything either. It would only go back so far, and that was really annoying. Because obviously it cost me a chance to get the medal on that stage, so I ended up losing cores because of it. And we're gonna see if it does it here, but at a certain point, the continue game option here, which would just continue the next campaign stage you're on, it bugs out. It does not load. Okay, it finally started working again, but it would just show me that full loading bar, but no press A to continue. I think I maybe got past the problem areas, but for a good like half of this campaign, it would not. Okay, it's because it's continuing here. Yeah, let's see if it lets me restart. Yeah, this is the bug I've been noticing, and because I started this, okay. Yeah, I can't restart this mission. Yeah, any progress. It's like it's restarting to the last save point. And because the save point isn't... this is annoying. I almost kind of wish I could tell it not to save it. Be like, no, I don't want you to save this. So yeah, that's why this is working, because it's not in one of the problem stages. Okay. Let me see if I can get that to trigger. Let's select a mission. Let's go here. Let's just do this real quick. We'll set this up.
Time we fought without Fletcher.
Yeah. Oh my God. Without Fletcher, I don't know who Fletcher is. Or I don't remember who Fletcher is. I know who it is.
We can do this.
It's one of the AIs.
Of course we can, because we're special.
And again, I got my lasers out.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything.
Tesla's gonna be coming in here in a sec.
Indeed, it curb friend will be.
This one's a tough one. It took me a little bit to get it.
Here goes Briel's vocabulary.
Get a good setup of towers, but because there's not a ton of ways to react to things here. So you got these, but they exit out a different area. So it's not like the stage we played through previously where they go about the same way, so they just keep going. And so there's some enemies that spawn here with those landing pods. And, you know, spend too much time here, you don't spend enough time over here. Okay, there's some performance like camera stuff here. I do like that you can zoom in, and this game looks pretty good on Switch. I'm gonna say it doesn't look great. Like, it definitely seems like there are certain things that they have turned off or changed to make this work well on Switch. Like, just not having the platforms move in. Maybe there were issues with that. I don't know. But, yeah, so, okay, we've played enough of this. Let's exit to the main menu. It's gonna save. Let's continue. Okay. That's because it's still... That's the earliest one, so it assumes I want to go back to it. But I can't restart this. Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. Okay, so I can't show you that one because I have to finish that stage. That's annoying, but... Yeah, there's some weird bugs like that. I hope that's what Hidden Path is working on. You know, sorry for showing that stuff, but it's been part of my experience. They do have a lot of cool stuff here, like you get some art on some of this stuff, but also learn a bit about tips and such. These are all the different aliens that are in here. Same thing for your different towers. And they do have some cool tower designs here, and the way they upgrade. I particularly do like the way this cannon, or the missile sort of evolves. Records. So this is like all the game tips they show you. So in case you miss something, or here's all the journal stuff. I think this is all the loading time stuff, the loading screen stuff. This is all the story stuff that appears in each of the stages. So in case you miss that stuff, want to learn it, I also got tips for all the controls, which definitely, they tell you like all this thing about effects, and I wish they showed you what the what the specific icons meant, because not all that stuff is particularly easy to understand. Yeah, achievements. I got a ton of achievements. I've gotten a bunch of them just from playing, and not really paying attention to that stuff. Leaderboards, they got all that stuff. You play for score. I don't really play for score. But yeah, you can also share loadout, all this stuff. Yeah, it's a very good game. It's out on Switch, $20. I think they had a pre-order discount, but I think that's over now. But yeah, get it on Switch or any of the other platforms. It goes on sale fairly often on every platform. Hopefully Switch is the same. And it's definitely worth getting. It's one of the best tower defense games out in this generation. Hopefully they get some of these little issues ironed out, because it'll be an even better game because of that. So thanks for turning in, and I'll see you guys again next time.